Hello everybody and welcome on today's video. Today I would like to work on this juniper, which is issued from a air layer that I made a few years ago, and I styled it for the first time last year. Now it had well, I'll show you a photo of before the styling, right after the styling, and then well, you see how it is now. So as you probably saw, this tree went quite a good way. So I'm wondering now if I should rewire this tree or let the wire on. But what I certainly want to do is get it out of the pot and raise it a little bit, and then maybe try to rewire it. So I'll probably remove some of the wires now to see that I don't have any biting in, and of course I will rewire this in maybe a week or 2-3, because I want the branches to give time to come up again if they want to. So then I can see if I have to rewire some branches or not. And I also think that this tree is, well, it needs probably some thinning, and also all the little tertiary branches here, like this one, need some wiring, need some shaping, so that I can start making the pads. So it's gonna be some work to do, and I will have to look to the wires to see if there are not any marks starting to form, because that would be a shame. So I'm going to start by unwiring this tree, and then, well, of course, I'll be back. I don't think that this wire is biting in, so I'm going to leave it here. Maybe here. No, I'm going to remove it. Yeah, the start of biting in, so yeah, I think I will remove everything. So all the little wires have been removed now, and this is the part that holds the little trunk here. So that's one that goes off, and then I think that that's the last one that I can unwind, I think, and the rest I will have to cut, because this, I remember that was that terribly strong and very unbendable portion of, what was it, Korean wire. Was very strong, so that's good, but I don't think it's going to be possible to reuse that. So this one I will just have to cut in little pieces. I'm rather glad that I did this, because there are very minor signs of biting in, but nothing really serious. Maybe even if the weather stays good for a couple of weeks, it might even, well, heal over the season. And if the major branches or trunks don't bounce back too much, I will probably not have to wire the the cascading branch and the trunk here again. So I will only do the smaller branches, the first branches, secondary, and then maybe tertiary branches. So of course that's much better, because then I can start the refinement of this tree. So I'm going ahead here and just remove the last pieces of big wire, and I will be back. The tree is now free from all wires, and the only wires that are left are these ones. Well, they're here because I tried to, I tried to fix the tree in the pot with all kinds of wires, because it was absolutely not stable, and it still is not. So you see, it's very wiggly wobbly, so I really need to do something about that. So I'm going to get it out of the pot and see if I can fix it in a better way. Now there is a wire running from here to here, which is already very good, but I really need to improve that. So I'm going to be sure that I can reuse this wire because it's in a good position, but I'm going to remove the tree from its pot, maybe change the angle a little, and surely raise it a little bit in the pot. So it grew rather well, so that's nice, but I want to reduce a little more of the topsoil here, so that we have a more little wooden stick, so that we have a little more space between the trunk here and the soil. So this is not really a repot, it's just a change of angle. And we have all kinds of dead moss here, which is not a surprise. Most of my moss didn't like the heat and the dry conditions this summer. And when I hear some of my bonsai friends also on YouTube, they're saying that their trees have suffered quite a lot. Okay, so I'm just going to rake out a little bit the roots here, so that they have another spot to grow then round and round. But I won't cut anything. Okay. So I don't think that my wire is going to be long enough, so I'll probably need another one. 1 second. So this is a brand new piece of wire, and this pot is really great because we have 2 drainage holes, and then there's a little opening in the middle so that you can put the wire to secure your tree in it, and then it will not make the whole pot wiggle. So that's nice. And then I have my drainage screen that I will just reuse, so clean it up a little. And I put it through, like so. And that fixes the drainage screen. So I think I will have to put my wire this way and then see where I want to put this tree. So it grew in a very sandy mix, and I'm not sure which parts of this tree are alive and which are not. I mean by that the roots. What I do know is that I'd like to have it somewhere here and quite high, because I want to see the, I'm not sure how it looks on camera. So yeah, you have the view of the pot, how it should stand, so that's good. So I want to have the, now it was a little more like that and the cascade was going away from you. So I want it a little more this way, and then you don't, you see, we have a nice curve here in the cascade. Now if I put it like this, it's nice, but this angle and this angle are exactly the same. So that's not that interesting. If I put it a little more like that, this angle and this one are different. So I think I'll go with that. And I'm going to need quite a lot of substrate. Let me see. That's not bad. And as you probably can see, this tree will have to be rewired. I'm working in the soil now. I need a little more soil here. It should stay almost where it's so again, no cutting of the roots. We want growth for this tree. So let me see. That's maybe a little too much. So I really need to get this nicely fixed. Let me see. I think I like it that way. Obviously there's too much foliage on this tree, and I have a little wooden stick here that I will put in the soil, and probably going to be able to, well, I don't need it. If I can fix my wire around it like this, it's not good, it's not strong anymore. I need another little piece of wood. Well, found something better, good strong piece of wire. Now I can fix my wire around this piece of aluminum wire, like so. And I hope that this will keep the tree where I want it to be. So is it stable? Yeah, that's not bad. Let me have a look at the position. I think this is rather good. So now we have a much clearer view on the cascade. Maybe I'd like to have it a little more this way. That, of course, when you fix your wires, makes it easier to position the tree. So I might be able to zoom in just a little. I don't know, I think I'm going in the wrong direction. I think it should cascade less. I think it should be more like this. So the angle is here and this is a little more horizontal. So I can do that, of course. Let's just need some extra soil here. Let's see. Yeah, I think I like this a little better. And of course the cascading branch is supposed to grow a little more, so I think I might go in that direction. So lifting, and I don't have to make a cascade, I can make a semi-cascade, it doesn't matter. Like so. Yeah, that's I like this more. Of course there's too much foliage, so when I restyle this I'll have to make a selection, but that's what you have to do when you style a tree. So I think that's good. So what I'm going to do now is just try to open up this root ball so that the roots can be directed downwards, and then fill this up with substrate and then apply some moss to make sure that everything stays nicely where it is supposed to stay. And the tree looks a little compressed in here now. Well, of course that's because it has a lot of room to grow in the pot now. Maybe in the future I can start to reduce a little bit the roots here. Well, not reduce the roots, but reduce the soil between the roots, and that also adds to the nice character of a cascade. So I'm going to try to find some moss and moss this tree now. Most of my moss is in rather bad shape, so I'm really struggling to find some good moss. Normally I have tons and tons of good moss. Now I really have to steal it from other trees. That's what it's gonna be. So you really have to push your moss quite hard into the soil. But I have quite a lot to do, so I'll be back when this mossing is done. The little tree is now completely mossed, well, the pot is, and it's not just an aesthetic thing. I really need this moss now to keep the soil, the freshly new applied soil, well in position. While I was doing this, I saw that, well, quite a lot of these roots here at the back are just dead. So the tree is surviving on some roots that I don't know exactly which one they are, but this is not the moment to investigate that. So I'll be happy when this tree passes the winter how it should. I don't think there will be any problems because, well, it's juniper, they are really hardy trees and they don't really care about frost that much. But I'm really happy about the position of the tree in the pot now. I think the angle is good. It has a good direction to the viewer. So I'll finish this video with a little 360. So here we have the front. This is the side. And this is the back with an interesting branch here that needs to fill up, but of course that will be possible. The other side, and then back to the front. So probably in a couple of weeks I will have a look and see how these branches behave. I'm not sure that I'm going to need everything, so maybe this can go. I don't know. I will see how these branches behave, if they bounce back, if I have to wire this tree again, which I will probably do. So yeah, that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed it. If you like the video, please like and subscribe and share the video with your friends. You see what you can do with just a simple air layer of a juniper, turn it into something nice. So yeah, thanks for watching. See you next time.